Hey, Nikki. Christian, hey. Nice to see you guys. Nice to see you
Hey,
guys.
Nikki. Christian, hey. Nice to see you guys. Nice to see you guys.
All right.
Christian, hey. Nice to see you guys. Nice to see you guys.
All right. There we go. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. I'm going to be monitoring the chat via my computer. So I'm not going to be looking straight at you guys. So I apologize, but I wanted to be able to read this properly. So Judy, not a twirly. Vexus, Janine, Kimberly, hey. Oh, that's okay, Kimberly. I'll see you next time. That's all right. I understand completely. It's all good. And honestly, I was in LA for a couple of days and I got back yesterday and yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll have a good time next time we got you come to LA. Hi from Oz. Hello, Matthew, Bobby, Simon, Gina, Maria, Norway. Oh my gosh, Norway. Look at that. Lawrence, Steve. Look at these. Lots of my friends are here. How fun is that? I figured I would come back on Cancun, Oliver in the UK, Sharon in Maryland. I figured I'd come back on and Mr. Texas, Wonderland. I figured I'd come back on and sort of go over the year end a little bit. I haven't done one of these live chats in a very long time, so I figured let me move this down just a scotch. Why not spend some time with you guys? I'm representing. This is the neighborhood I grew up in. That's our zip code. My sister gave me this for Christmas. So this is Detroit, representing Detroit, and Auckland, and Howell, Michigan. Hey, Suzanne, I was going to make it to Howell not that long ago. I was doing some research on the nuclear Boy Scout, which is one of my favorite stories, and that was near Holly, near Howell. Marlene, hi, boy. Oh, I'm sorry you're not going to be here, Marlene. But thank you very much. Thank you very much for your support. And this is going to be recorded anyway, so you'll be able to access it if you want to see it another time. So thank you, Marlene, very very much. You're so sweet. I'm here mostly for the recipe tips. Follow me for more recipes. 45840. Where's that? In Michigan. Is that in Michigan? Dear boss, hey man, how's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. Tracy Roth Myers, Time Traveler, Gary Gladney, Province of Newfoundland, Brazil. My gosh, all over the world here. How cool is that? When is the next podcast? Well, I realized, hi Betty, we just put out the podcast this week, the Christmas music one. We're going to be recording one for the Patreon subscribers very soon. They get the people that sponsor the podcast by the Patreon link. The podcast, not my dearly departed YouTube channel, but the podcast Patreon get an exclusive members only, for sort of 45-minute podcast every time we record one. So we're going to be recording the Patreon one tomorrow, I believe, or well, tomorrow is Friday. So we're probably going to do that. Jackson, Michigan. Okay, Eve. We used to stop at Jackson, when I used to take the bus from Chicago to Detroit. Always interesting people getting out to visit their relatives in Jackson, if you know what I mean. Bobby, modern day pen pals from all over the world. No kidding. Heavy rain on the 10 from LA to the Inland Empire. Yeah, I've been reading about it, and anyone who's in Boulder or has friends or family in Boulder, I hope they're fine. Hope they're doing well because it's kind of scary. Windsor, Ontario. Hello, Oulette. San Antonio. Zoltar from Big. Yes, Zoltar is from Big actually. And hey, Jordy. Thank you very much. And Jenny, thank you so much. From the Bay Area, you're an icon. Thank you. Love all the content. I wish I could be part of your tours. Thank you for your support. You certainly thank you. And I'm glad that you're on my YouTube because that is my tours now. That's it. Elk Grove, you're moving to Palm Springs. All right. Any tips on what to expect here? Everyone, the heat is overrated. The heat is, it's hot, but it's nothing you can't handle for a couple of months. It's a quiet pace, and it is different, and it takes some getting used to, believe me. But I'm glad for it. Hamilton, Ontario, hello. Don't live far from Boulder. Can you see the smoke? Indiana, hello. Where Charles and Diana spent their honeymoon. You're Elk Grove, California, Christian. Yeah, I'm with you, Nikki. The heat is better than freezing. I can deal with it. I like air conditioning. I like air conditioning. I'll have my air conditioning on in my car in the middle of winter. I love it. You're talking about Zoltar. In fact, that was one of the things I was going to do was see what Zoltar had to say for the new year. Let's see. This is like my favorite toy.
Hear your fortune from Zoltar. The smallest good deed is better than the grandest intention. Take it from me, the great Zoltar. Intending shall get you nowhere, but doing, yes, that will bring you much reward.
See, there's something. There's a good message for 2022, isn't it? So Zoltar speaks. Let's see, Minnesota. Hello. What is my favorite celebrity grave? Oh, it's hard to pick a certain one. It really is because there's so many ones that I love visiting, and they're not so illustrious or illustrious. Somebody just said illustrious in the comments of that. They're not as spectacular as others, but they mean more. So it's hard to put my just to sort of single out one single one. It's interesting, like you go to see Sinatra here. Sinatra's like a god here in Palm Springs, and you go to his grave. It's very simple, very modest grave. And hello, Ann. Hello, Ann. Gosh, you're up late. And Sinatra's got a modest grave considering. And then you'll go to someone else's grave who didn't have the profile then, or has, actor, icon or something like that on their tombstone. You just have to Google their name. So it's interesting how people choose to represent themselves and how they get represented. Like Johnny Ramone. I like the Ramones a lot. Not a 20-foot tall statue lot, but I like the Ramones a lot. And then just around the corner is I don't know, someone like like Nelson Eddy or something who was at the time of his being was a superstar and has a little tiny stone that's kind of nondescript. I like that. So it's just interesting how people choose to represent themselves after they die. Kentucky, Minnesota. Hey there. See my comments. I'll try to go back to the comments if I miss them. So if you have questions or something like that, feel free to put them out there. Hey Kimberly, my sister from another mister. We ever re-release 6 Degrees? Don't know. Thought about it, but I don't know. Mike and I have talked about it, but it takes a lot. It takes a lot of work, and I'm not sure he's up for it. And I'll go wherever. I don't care. Any chance of reopening the museum? Yes. Hopefully that is on the books. I don't know what's going to happen this coming year, but that would be a really cool thing to be able to do. We'll see. So let me think. I was going to talk about this year. So this is the year that we finally decided to pull the plug on Dearly Departed Tours completely. We're going to try to coexist. I was in the middle of Hollywood. Didn't care for that anymore because I actually got a death threat on my front porch. And I decided that I wasn't safe there anymore. So we decided to get our place here in Palm Springs. And we were going to try to go back and forth. And after they shut us down again, the tour companies, because of COVID, then we just decided screw it, and we just closed it down. We sold the buses, and that's that. So that happened in probably March of this year or February of this year that we finally took the just kind of said that's it, bye, and we left completely Los Angeles. So I still go back occasionally, but no, why would anyone threaten me? Because I caught this person urinating on my home, and I told him to go and urinate on his own home and called him a pig. Now, it wasn't so nice, and he still wanted me to come back with my 38 and blow your brains out. So it's like, oh, we're done here. So yeah, that was not a good way to end it, but that was a way to know you ended it. Planet Lugwood, thank you, man, for in honor of Lucy's balls, Lucille's balls, and Happy New Year. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Do I like living in California? California is starting to wear on me. I'll be honest with you. It's better now that I'm out here. It's better now that my face isn't in the news all the time, and I don't have to. I don't have to be aware of everything that's around me at all times, like I did in LA, because I worked in LA. I'm in the streets were my office. So I don't have to worry about that anymore. So it's better existence being out here. But yeah, we're, kind of, looking elsewhere. But our plan is to open our museum here in Palm Springs, and we'll always have a home here in Palm Springs. I don't know what the future brings, but this year will certainly be different. We're certainly going to see some changes, as if there can't be enough as it is. Let's see. Ba, 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 ba. Lucille Ball was rude to her fans. Maybe it's true. I don't know. I've heard that Lucy's a really practical woman, not necessarily driven by emotions. So I've heard that she's, very stern. That could be taken. Lucy knew her limits. She knew what she would accept, and I got a lot of stories this week about people that rang her doorbell and stuff like that. It's got to be weird to be an icon like that. Somebody that's almost unapproachable. Someone who handles it differently is somebody like Dolly Parton, who is a profession. She knows who Dolly Parton is, and she knows how to act in certain ways, and she knows how to control people in certain ways. So I don't think, it's probably why Lucy can be considered really rude, because she was probably, honey, I'm eating right now, which that's 1 second of your life. But I'm sorry, it's 1 second of their lives, yet it's something you'll remember forever. So it's a different time when you're that kind of famous. And even Lucy Arnaz said that when parents that are beyond the realm of reality famous, and it's true. Everyone thinks they know them, and everyone thinks you can just walk up to them and go, "Oh, you're my friend," and that's their job. So I'm not saying they should be rude. I'd say pick your moments, because they are famous, and they are famous for wanting to please people. So I would say if you see somebody you like, choose your moment, but approach them if you want to and say hello. Let's see. Do I ever do private driving tours, Holly? Yes, I do. You get to contact me privately, but yes, I do. I have. Boron. My great aunt was Eunice Murray. No kidding. Did you ever meet her? That'd be interesting. Yeah, she's the woman of many versions. Eunice Murray was Marilyn Monroe's housekeeper, who has many stories that changed very much about that night. So that'd be interesting to find out. Has anyone ever interrupted your dinner for a picture? No, nobody knows who I am. They really don't. I mean, it's happened, once or twice people have recognized me, but no, it's not like that. I'm not like that. I'm not that kind of a person. The museum here by Marengo Casino. Tommy B, do you take donations? Yes, I do. Yes. Very, very rarely do I say no to a donation. And Chess the Alley Cat, no, it's not my speed either. Funny. Are you familiar with the book Torso, the Evelyn Dick story? No, I'm not. Have you been to celebrity funerals? Yes, I have. I've been to, not biggies, June Pointer, Ike Turner, Lou Rawls, Harriet Nelson, all the greats, Martha Ray. I know there's more, but I've been to a few. Let's see. Tell us more of Sharon Tate. Well, listen, I was going to talk about a couple of things that, let's see. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't seen it, we do, even though our shop is closed, we still have an online store. So if you want, we have pieces of Sharon Tate's house. We have pieces of Lucy's house. We have pieces of Frank Zappa's house. Actually, I took these things myself. I got them myself. And you can own a little bit of history. It may not be your thing, and that's cool. People think, oh, it's really weird. Why would someone want a stone or a brick? A piece of the Hindenburg, we sell that. A piece of the Mansfield car crash, glass that was actually on the floor of the car. So it's bizarre, it's weird, but it's available. DearlyDepartedTours.com. You go to the top, there's a shop icon. And also, what I just got back in stock, I was out of these, are keychains. key tags, like hotel fobs that that you get in old motels. And these I had made specifically. And this is the guest house from Cielo Drive in Benedict Canyon, 10050 Benedict or Cielo Drive in Benedict, and it has a little dearly departed tours in the back. So these are available again at the shop on dearlydepartedtours.com. And because I'm a complete whore, if you are if you want to hire me, I do Cameo stuff. I'm on Cameo, Scott Michaels, and I'm trying to make a living here. This is what I do. So thank you guys for supporting what I do, and I very much appreciate you guys. You guys doing that for me because it means a lot. It's like my job. It's changing constantly, and here I am. Here I am. Oh, funny girl, thank you. Look forward to visiting when you're in Palm Springs. Thanks for all the fantastically fabulous videos. So thank you very much. Let's see, Vampira. What's the biggest mystery question for you? That's one's a top. Laura. Hey, Laura. Well, that was nice of you. Thank you. Nice to see you. I'd like to see you really in person, but thank you very much. Thank you. Let's see. Some chick. Hey, how you doing? Shelby. Let's see. Jesse, thank you very much. My friend was drunk at the El Coyote on the Sharon Tate dinner anniversary a few years ago and dragged you to our table to say hello. Well, that's very kind. That Danny, that was, that's sort of funny. If I go there on the anniversary, I expect to meet a bunch of people. So that's cool. I'm glad I was pleasant. I'm glad I wasn't rude, but I don't think I would be, even if I wouldn't be rude. It's funny. But favorite album was Yellow Submarine. Okay. Big fan of your seen you at E-Tro. Hi, Brandon. Jesse, again, thank you very much. Deb, there's now what I need a TikTok. No. My friend Kimberly Bowe, she tried to get me on TikTok, and it was like, I was on it for about 5 minutes. I was like, no, I'm not doing this. I cannot do another thing. I've already do Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I just can't. I can't do this. So, all right. So, let's see. Now, I put down a list of some of the cool people that I've met this year, some of the cool things that I've done this year, and some of the people that I met. PJ Souls from Rock and Roll High School. I met her about 3 weeks ago, and that was pretty cool because I love Rock and Roll High School and Riff Randall, and that's one of those movies I know every single line from, and so I love Rock and Roll High School. Meeting PJ Souls was pretty cool. And also, my friend Jordan, the Jordan the Lion on YouTube, introduced me to Marcus Winslow. I've met Marcus many, many years ago, but Marcus Winslow is James Dean's nephew, and he actually knew Jimmy. He was very young when Jimmy died. He was like 7 or 8, but he knew Jimmy, and he has his own memories of Jimmy. And I interviewed him for like over an hour, and that will be I'll be releasing that at some point. But going to the farm in Fairmount and sitting down with Marcus and getting sort of walk around and see where Jimmy played basketball. And there's pictures of Jimmy playing basketball, and then there's the net, and I just kind of touched it, thinking, I know it's like he's like some sort of god, but I just like him a lot. So it was neat to be there in his footsteps. And actually, literally, because there is a footstep in cement at his home where he grew up. One of the funnest people I met was Cynthia Lazarus, who has a YouTube channel, Weird and the Wonderful, who has all those wax statues in her house, which is spectacular. If you haven't seen that video of mine, please watch it, or go to her channel, Weird and the Wonderful. She is fantastic. She has the Wizard of Oz, like life-size, Phantom of the Opera in her living room. She is awesome. I love it. And and Angie Dickinson, I met her a couple of weeks too, but I mentioned her on my Facebook page. But she was very nice, and I asked her about Dean Martin being a drunk, and she said the whole thing was an act. I don't believe it, but she said the whole thing was an act. She said that Dean told her that he had an ulcer, but I don't believe it, not for a minute. And let's see. I said some of the coolest things I did, of course, was visiting the Night of the Living Dead Cemetery, going to Marfa, Texas with Jordan, and going to see the giant locations that James Dean shot, Giant, Elizabeth Taylor, and Rock Hudson, going to the actual windmill and the people that own the ranch were kind enough to let me hop the fence and go and check it out. And that is truly my favorite video I've ever done. I love that. Hardly anyone looks at it, but I love that video of mine, the giant filming locations. And another fun thing was seeing the Marilyn Monroe, the 26-foot Marilyn Monroe being unveiled in Palm Springs. And that's where I got to meet Scott Fortner. My friend Elisa Jordan from LA Woman Tours introduced me to Scott Fortner, who is the Maryland guy. I mean, he has Marilyn Monroe collection on Instagram, and he owns so many cool things of Marilyn's, like real things, costumes and clothing and her address books and, really amazing things. And they sort of, they've been good friends to us since Troy and I have become friends with Scott and Dan. And we've really enjoyed hanging out with them. So it's cool to get to meet new people out here. I'm involved in a couple of different volunteer organizations, so I get to meet people that way. In fact, this is a good one. So a couple of weeks ago, I was at a Christmas party, and I was talking to, there's a few couples and me. Troy couldn't make it, so I was on my own with someone else, and with the group that I volunteer with. And I was talking to one of them, and they said, well, I don't want to name names, but let's just say Beth. Somebody said, well, Beth used to be a dancer. And I'm like, all right. And she goes, yeah. She goes, yeah, I danced at the Whiskey A Go-Go on Sunset. And I'm like, wait, in a cage? Were you a cage? One of the girls in the cage in the 60s? She goes, yeah, I was. So I just about lost it because that's one of the things Troy and I love is watching old go-go dancing videos. So that was pretty cool. That was the greatest surprise was moving here, was knowing that I live very close to one of the Whiskey A Go-Go dancers. So that was pretty neat. I'm going to go back to some comments now before I go on. Let's see. Auckland. I am running low on tab. Yes, I am. I'm down to my last probably dozen cans. So I ration them. Hope you sage those, man. Oh, yeah, I do. Certainly do. Has it ever crossed your mind to do any YouTube tours? I thought about it. I just don't want to do it. I don't know how to do it. If someone, I need to look at someone to do this stuff for me, and I'm show up. I'll give you the information. It's just hard to do all this stuff. It really is. Do you think Sharon actually went to the El Coyote? I think it's possible. I can't say she didn't because I like to believe she did. Janine, thank you. Or Jean, I'm sorry, Jean, thank you so much. I will keep doing it. Thank you. My daughter and I tried to come to the museum 3 years ago, but could not find a parking space. That happened to a few people, unfortunately. Jackie. Oh, hi, Jackie. Thank you very much, Jackie. Thank you so much for the support. It's nice to see you. I hope things are going well for you in Arizona, I'm pretty sure. So thank you very, very much. Ottawa, Canada. Hello. No pizza for you, Joey. Appreciate your videos. Dan Bell knows Cab Calloway's grandson, Cochise. My Christmas was great. I've had a really nice Christmas. We Troy and I spent it with family. Christmas Eve we spent here. That's what I used to do when I was a kid. We always celebrated that Christmas on Christmas Eve. And then Christmas Day was kind of like, we just kind of lay around. I still don't believe it was an act, Jesse. Watch the Muscular Dystrophy Telethon with the reunion of Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin. He couldn't even stand. So I don't believe it was an act. But I'm not being confrontational either. Cameo. Angie is a cool lady. Yes, she is. Jody Funk, Minkin, thank you so much. Are there any items that creep you out a little? Sometimes. There were things that I collected before that I changed my mind after a period of time. I decided to dispose of them properly. Like, for some reason, I found it, this is gross, but I found a casket that was, from someone that was exhumed, and it was just laying there, and there was a toe tag in it, and I took it, and it was like, a couple of years later, I'm like, no, this is gross. This is really gross. Even I drew the line there. So, we just figured out a way to dispose of them properly. And same with somebody sent me a review mirror from an accident where several people got killed, and it was newsworthy. And it was like, all right, I understand, but it was something that I just didn't want. So we got rid of it properly. We didn't just throw it out. We, treat these things with respect, but we didn't. We there's certain things that we, no, no. Uh, the Maryland address book. It's not my story to tell, so I can't say. But Scott, look out Marilyn Monroe collection on Instagram. He has amazing things. Amazing things. Have you ever met Hugh Beaumont or Richard Deacon? No, but I would have loved to. Creepiest item ever sent to you. I think I just said that. Do you ever come to New Orleans? Yes, I had, Julian. Troy and I went there a couple of years ago. Really enjoyed it too. We loved it. In fact, I just did a video on some of the stuff the photographs I took of Anne Rice's grave, so I released that. But we really enjoyed it. And my friend Jeff has a show at the Hard Rock, a paranormal sort of back and forth chat that's going on at the Hard Rock Cafe right now. I have to look that up. He's a good guy. What's your favorite toothpaste? I'm Tom's of Maine. Have you ever met anyone who knew the late John Paragon? Yes, I have. John Paragon was Johnby the Genie in Pee Wee's Playhouse, Pee Wee's Pee Wee's Playhouse, and Pee Wee's Christmas Special. And yeah, but Terry Bolo, my dear friend Terry Bolo, who used to work for us, and she was original member of the Groundlings, like Cassandra Peterson, Elvira, Edie McClurg, Lorraine Newman, Phil Hartman, and Terry told me some nice things about John Paragon. So yes. Hattie Smith, Maine man. Happy 70, today's her 75th, eh? She wouldn't have made it if it wasn't for me. Just kidding. But I did save her from getting her ass kicked. Funny girl, enjoy. I am glad to be out of LA. Greetings from Costa Rica. Would you ever be interested in coming to Ohio for the Manson locales? No, probably not. I'd love to do. I'd like to start going on the road with this stuff that I have. I did a thing for my friend Dash Beardsley, who has a paranormal tour in Galveston, and they invited me down, and I spoke at this convention, a paranormal convention, and I loved it. I had a good time, and I think it's like sort of a traveling museum lecture thing. I think I'd be really good at that, but I don't know how to do any of that shit. But yeah, I would love to do that. Somebody books me in places, I'd be happy to. I think it'd be a blast. You get to meet people and show you May's teeth. Mm-hmm. Greetings from Richland, Washington. Newbury, South Carolina. You pronounced my name exactly right. Okay. Natalie Wood's death. I just think it was neglect. I do think it was accidental. Do you buy the Helter Skelter story? Depends on which story you like. I don't believe in the race war. I believe it existed, but I don't think that was a real motivation. Let's see. I don't listen to podcasts, sadly enough. And Mary Wilson's grave, I was there yesterday or the day before. I found her grave. Edie McClurg is very unwell, unfortunately. Bristol, Rhode Island, down the road from Anthony Quinn's grave. He's buried in his backyard. Okay. Have you read Lana Wood's new book? I won't. No, I have no interest in what Lana Wood has to say. And yes, Adriana, R.I.P. Michael Nesmith. Start hashtagging Bring Back Tab. People have been trying that for a long time, McGuffin. Will you ever do your dearly departed tours of the Manson sites in L.A.? Maybe online, but not. CC. Not. No. Unless somebody hired me privately, no. Hi, CC. Ugh. Paranormal makes you have the goodies. What's the most paranormal makes that you have the goodies thing you have? Not sure what you mean. You know what I found recently that I'm going to be putting up to YouTube soon? A couple of years ago, my friend Lisa used to volunteer at Grandview Cemetery in Glendale. And Grandview, the woman who ran it, stole all the money and double sold graves, and they had to shut down the graves out of neglect, shut down the mausoleums out of neglect. And my friend Lisa used to volunteer there, and because this woman died, and so the place is just locked up. And on Halloween night, Troy and I and my friends Jane and Mark and Lisa and a couple of other people would spend the night, Halloween night, in the cemetery because of people hopping the fence, because Halloween's the night to do that, to vandalize, or spend night in the cemetery, let's be crazy, kooky, and hop the fence to go to the cemetery. Well, so we did that, and it was a lot of fun. We did that for like 3 or 4 years on Halloween. We spent a good 6 or 8 hours in the cemetery overnight. So we would do sort of laps around the cemetery. It's not very big, but we would do laps around the cemetery just to make sure things are cool. So I actually put my MP3 recorder in the mausoleum and let it run for 2 hours. And then and about a year later, I did it in the other mausoleum and then let it run there for 2 hours. And I found some crazy stuff on it. Now, there was a party going by nearby, so you get a lot of background noises. There's one time we were by some coyotes that started going crazy, and I got that on recording too. But I'm going to put these 2 hour little ghost investigation audio things online so you can listen to them yourself. There's one time where we walked away. We put the recorder in the mausoleum and walked away. We couldn't even get into the mausoleum. We had to put it in through like a broken piece of glass and put it on the inside, and we said, if anyone's there, you want to say anything, feel free, but we're leaving. And then, probably one of the first little things we got was literally, I mean, you had to listen to it, of course. And a lot of times I'll listen, like when Baggins does it on his show. I was like, I don't hear it. But in this case, you actually hear somebody whispering, "I love you." And they're really quiet, really faint, but you can hear it. So I'm gonna upload those very soon to YouTube, and you'll be able to listen to them for yourself because they're pretty interesting. One of my favorite videos where you go on the Hollywood tour and you're correcting the guy to the camera. Yeah, that was until we got busted. It was fun. Let's see. Any TV specials on the horizon? No. I did one for The Curse of the Wizard of Oz or The Curse of Poltergeist for a Canadian production company about 6 or 8 months ago. So that should be coming out. I don't know what it's called, but it should be coming out sometime soon. Found a bone from the site of the 1918 train wreck here in Nashville. Interesting. That would be interesting. Yeah, a friend of mine found Shorty Shay's bones at the, where he was murdered by the Manson people at the Spawn Ranch. Does anyone remember the diet candy AIDS? Of course. I would love a box of that. How did you lose weight? AIDS. AIDS, just so you know. There was a diet candy called AIDS. That kills me. Let's see. I enjoyed your theory about Stephen Parent being the last killed. I got a lot of flack for that too. People do not like that I said that Stephen Parent was the last killed, but that's my opinion. You don't have to. You don't have to agree, but that's my opinion. Julia Party coffee table book would be pretty amazing. Maybe just mailboxes. Celebrity mailboxes. That'd be fun. Which Del Rubio trip? Hey, Jordan. Yeah, no. No, I actually, in this case, I honest to God did not try a Del Rubio triplets wig on. I didn't. But I did take the Del Rubio triplets heads, their severed heads, as you can see on my Facebook page. We have their wigs, we mounted them, and we put their faces on it. It actually ended up looking really creepy. And we did take them on a road trip this week, and I'm going to be posting that video very soon. And it was pretty interesting. So you'll be seeing that soon. Universal Talent. Hey there. I was with you in Galveston 2001. I had that prick Eric Roberts. Jennifer Lynn Warren is still a pal. I like her. Eric Roberts was something else. In fact, a bunch of people. I have a tablecloth, the one he was sitting in and signing autographs, and all these people who had negative experiences with them wrote it down on this tablecloth in marker and pen, and I saved it. People were not happy with Eric Roberts. Let's see. Do I think Leslie Van Houten will ever get out? No, not anymore. I don't. I thought she might. What's it like working on Ghost Adventures? It's all right. They expect you to have your shit together. I'm talking potty. You go in, they hire you for a reason. So the first time I did the show was on the Hollywood Sign. So I knew all about Peg Entwistle and what happened. The second time was the murder at the silent movie theater. So they hire you. And you're there on camera, but you got to know your stuff. The Cecil Hotel, that was kind of difficult because we were all over the Cecil Hotel, going in and out of rooms and having to know who was in each room and remembering. And I got a lot of help from my friend James Bartlett, who wrote the Gourmet Ghost books. He was with me there too. He helped me a great deal. But so they expect you to know your stuff. But I enjoyed working on the show, and it's a hoot to be on TV. I enjoyed. I'm not going to lie. I think it's a hoot. Familiar with the Vegas Mob Tour? No, I have. I love the Vegas Museum. Love your videos. Wow, wow. By Traper, thank you so much. Thank you for your interesting content. I hope to do a tour with you someday. I hope so. I hope so. Wow, that's really, really generous of you. Thank you very, very much. Virginia Graham is still alive. She was her 85th birthday the other day. I spoke to her on her birthday, and she's doing okay. I should do like a fundraiser. No, 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 I'm not going to get into any of that stuff. But it was Virginia's sweet, and she's got a decent life. She's got a decent life. Let's see. Love you and your wicked humor. There's a video I'll find of Jimmy Kahn, who also says the whole Dean Martin drunk thing was an act. Okay, maybe I might be wrong. Maybe I'm. Do you need a Cielo sign? You know what, Deidre? This one did come from Cielo Drive. It is actually from Cielo Drive. And you know what else I have here? I found recently. See back there. That is one of the shooting things for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. The working title for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood when they were making it was called, oh my God, Magnum Opus. Because Tarantino, that was his nickname for this movie. So everything you saw, Magnum Opus signs, they would have signs with arrows pointing to the crew. So that sign was actually on Cielo Drive on Benedict Canyon Boulevard. I've got pictures of that. And so that was from the production. And the Cielo Drive sign back there actually did come from Cielo Drive itself, too. So, yeah, that's the real deal. Absolutely. That really from Cielo Drive, too. And yes, you need one. I can't help you, but yes, you need one. Jolene Cladores, thank you again. You're so sweet. See, I knew your last name. Thank you very much. Very, very much. The video with Elaine Stevens interview is absolutely fantastic. I agree. I love talking to her, and what an interesting story. There's an expression I kind of sounds so arrogant, something I thought up, but the term I like is accidental icon, because these people are sort of not in the center of something that's very big, but in the periphery and have really interesting stories. Like, just some of the other people I've interviewed, like Lorelei Shark, who was the Lips in the Rocky Horror Picture Show posters, the iconic Lips. Lorelei was a great person to talk to. And, yeah, so I met the young lady who was hit by a car in front of Graceland the night before Elvis's funeral, was nearly killed. I mean, fantastic people to speak to with great stories. So yeah, thank you. I'm glad you liked that. Have you ever thought about visiting Gettysburg? You know, my thing is Hollywood. It's hard. I'm not going to say I don't respect that kind of stuff, but it's not something that really draws me. I go to DC and see stuff. I go to Philadelphia maybe and see some stuff, but the actual war locations and stuff, yeah, it's not. I've nothing against it at all. It just doesn't really, drive me at all. Let's see. I did Williamsburg. I did spend time in Williamsburg when I was a kid, and I did see some of that stuff. And I've heard incredible haunting stories. Hello from New Zealand, Trixie. Let's see. How'd you get the keys to the Wonderland house? That's a secret. It's good to have friends. It's good to have friends, and I appreciate that friend. Who's number one on your death list this year? I don't have a death list. Who do I expect? Well, I don't want to say anything because I'll get in trouble. You heard Roman Polanski had an affair with Bob Crane? Well, you heard something I never heard. Any return to your museum? We talked about that a little while ago. Yes, hopefully. Oakland County child murders. That is an interesting. Yeah, it's funny about that is I'm from there, and I remember all that happening. It was never anything that really. There's fantastic documentaries that are out now. I've seen a couple of them. They're very good. So maybe next time I'm home, along with the Nuclear Boy Scout, I'll do something on that. Katrina, thank you, Katrina Peterson. Thank you so much. I appreciate it very much. Who killed JFK? Some gun. A gun. I couldn't tell you. Yeah, I agree, Bob. The Netflix documentary on the Cecil stunk. It was all cell phone footage, not even iPhone. I mean, I took iPhone footage when I was in there. My video, if you look it up, I'm pushing my channel because it's what I do. But look at my Cecil Hotel video, man. I took all that all that video myself, and it's on my phone, and it looks good. And somebody just licensed it for some documentary. I forget what it's going to be about, but so I'm real happy with that. And but the stuff that they took was awful. But they did get on the roof, and that was interesting because I only got on the roof. Zach got me on the roof, told me. I mean, he fixed it up so I could go up there, but it was dark, so I couldn't get a good view of the water towers, but. Yeah. After you interviewed Virginia Grandma, read her book, and got her perfume brand. Oh, that's so nice. If I could ever own anything from a star, past or present, what would it be? The lady with the coffee cup behind me? Is that Joan Crawford? Who is that? Lady with the coffee cup? Oh no! I see what you're talking about. You're on my chair over there. That's Dot Cotton. No, that's Dot Cotton. She's from a show called EastEnders, a British show, but she's like a British national treasure. Where is it? Can you see her? Yeah, you can. There she is. Oh, I say. Love Dot Cotton. But I can't think of what if I could own anything from a star, past or present. What would it be? I can't. That's a broad question. I could not. I would need some time to think about that. Oh my gosh, revving to Disney, the Girls Next Door episode. I'm doing something on Hugh Hefner soon too, so I'm gonna post some of the footage from the Girls Next Door episode that I did. That was fun. And Bridget, I saw Bridget and Holly. It was about a year ago. Haven't seen Kendra, but I did see those two, and they both have really successful podcasts now. No, Jake Be Good. I never went to John K. King Books. I've never heard of it. Business card that was Kenneth Bianchi's. Interesting. Have you read anything about Marilyn Monroe's hygiene being so bad? I think that was Kenneth Anger's bull, coming out of Hollywood Babylon. Another one of those things he made up. Jordan, would you return to Marfa? Yeah, God, yeah, that'd be a blast. So it was a fun road trip. It really was. I would do that for sure. I want to see those crazy lights too, the Marfa lights. I would love to see that. Do you think you'll do another Spawn Ranch tour? I don't know. You know who I'm going to interview very soon, hopefully, if it works out? Michael Channels, who was the Manson pen pal. He's a friend, and I'm going to spend some time with him and hopefully interview him at Spawn. I talked about that. Oh, what's the Pharah on the floor? Okay, I'll tell you this. So I save everything, as you guys probably know, and I made this. Like, I mean, how gay is this? This is a collage I made. I loved Farrah Fawcett. And this is a collage I made. Probably I was about 13. And these are all just newspaper. I'm glad I saved it because now I can probably burn it. But yeah, this is my Farrah Fawcett tribute that I made. Probably I was 13 or 12, I think. So Farrah the Fantastic. I even had it hanging in my room on a string. But yeah, I did love Farrah Fawcett. She was great. And I like Jacqueline Smith too. Not Kate Jackson so much. There's Kate. But this, yeah, I love that. These other things are in. I had somebody made this for me when I was a woman by the name of Mary made this for me. This is from the Rocky Horror. One of the people I used to go to see the Rocky Horror Picture Show with. And look at that, $2.50. She even put that there about how much we used to pay for admission. Punch and Judy and the Prudential, which was in Dearborn. They showed Rocky Horror 2 as well. So don't eat the meatloaf. And then this is another one I made, another Rocky Horror one. And these are my old ticket stubs. I even put some rice on this thing. Rice, real rice that I got from the floor of the theater. December 79. December 79. So this is just, these were March of 79. Wow. Yeah, I'm glad January 79. So 78, October 78. I think I saw it. I think that was around the first time I saw it. No. Yeah, it had to be early 78, mid 78. My brother took me. But yeah. Wow. Good time. So now I can burn those things because I'm tired of looking at them and carrying them around with me wherever I go. So, let's see. I gotta go back. Oh, I have to go far back. Katrina, thank you again. Scott Alexander, thank you. Thank you for steering me towards the crazy video of the interview of the guy who was the cop that came up on Patsy Cline's plane crash. Wasn't that nuts? The guy that found Patsy Cline's plane crash. And you know, Troy and I went to that crash site with a metal detector, and we found some stuff that I'm sure is legit, like from the crash. Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I've had people that know planes very well come up. It's just tiny little things, but yeah. One was a piece of a hanger, a piece of clothing hanger, and this wasn't like at the where the memorial is. This was far back into the woods. So yeah. You're welcome, Scott. I'm glad that you got into that. It's a fascinating. My brother got the records, and my aunt gave him a few monkeys and guitars. JFK mob hit. You think there's still bodies from Manson out in the desert? No. I don't think those people. I don't think they could keep their mouth shut with their bragging. So I don't think there's any mysteries anymore. Exciting to be on your. Oh, hey, Southern by Grace. Nice to see you, Raphael. Can you do anything on the Oakland Child Cab? We were just talking about that a little while ago. Maybe next time I'm home, I'll look into that. Similar tours to Julie departed in Los Angeles? I couldn't say. Not that I know of, but who knows? We were approached by another company to do tours with them, but we wasn't the right fit for us. So yeah. Danielle Harris's new podcast. I didn't know she had one. Again, Twizzle, love the story. No ex-girlfriends in rooms, nightmares. JP, thank you. Happy New Year to you and Troy. Thank you very much. Thanks for all the giggles you give us. Do you think they'll exhume Brittany Murphy? No. Pensacola, hello. Good, bad, and the ugly. Good Netflix on the Cecil, I agree. Okay, I'm gonna go. I gotta start skimming. Girls Next Door, salesman, worked for my dad, went to school with Tex. Oh, I think I'm far behind. Okay, Neil Robertson, thank you. A couple of quickies. Got any idea what happened to any of the Tate LaBianca J. Folger vehicles, and any plans for you and Jordan to collaborate on any future projects? Jordan and I will no doubt take a road trip. We talked about that fairly recently. Got maybe going to Vegas or something. But yeah, Jordan and I will definitely do another road trip at some point. Uh, yeah, and as far as their cars go, no. I think Sebring's car went to the guy that sort of took over Sebring, who's a business partner, and I'm pretty sure the Abigail Folger car is accounted for. I think that's somewhere like in Georgia or something. But yeah, that does exist. Glynis Johns will be. This thing shoots me forward, and I can't. Oh, I'm really far behind. Okay, I'm gonna have to get faster. Okay, so hi from Detroit. Hello, hello. Happy 2021. Speaking of Bob Crane, why not do a vlog on his life? If I go to Phoenix again, I might. Shelby Lewis, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Are candid photos of Elvis very rare? I can imagine there are some. SG, thank you very much. Loved your laughing clippings. Thank you. I appreciate it because I love those laughing clippings. They're in a box right next to me. So yeah. Dot Cotton is great. June Brown, God bless her. They hope I was reading something about June Brown, who was in EastEnders. That's the one behind me. They should bring her back for a proper goodbye. Put her in a Pope-mobile. I don't care. They're doing everything else with plexiglass. Bring her back for a proper goodbye. I know she's blind and elderly and probably can't do much, but my God, just sit there and smoke and be Dot one more time. Instead of just going to Ireland. That was disappointing. So I hope that they do bring Dot back, even for an episode or two, just to do that. Is Kenneth Anger still alive? I think he is. Life's a beach. Thank you for the hug. Appreciate that. I'm not gonna frame the fair. I gotta get rid of this stuff. Oh, okay. Did Zach let you in the LaBianca house? No, he said he would, but he didn't. And that is something that I'm not happy about. But he's the boss, or he's his boss. He chose not to. Back to the Future. Wendy Richards autograph. Yes, you did, and I love that. And thank you very much. Didn't I say, Jesse? I'm sorry if I didn't say thank you very much because yes, absolutely, yes, I love it. Thank you, Wendy Richards. Yeah, absolutely. I'm so sorry if that went unacknowledged because that's not like my style at all. Pauline Fowler, no. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And I apologize if I did not acknowledge that because I love it very much. Thank you. Um, LA County Sheriff's to file on Johnny Carson through the Freedom of Information. There's plenty there. I don't. Yeah, maybe. I'm not really not that interested in Carson. I'm not saying I'm not, but I just this is not something that makes me go. Johnny Carson is something to get into. It's been interesting listening to Joan Rivers talk about Johnny Carson, though. My skin is looking incredible. Thank Troy. He'll love that. He will love hearing that. They still find pieces of Flight 191 in Chicago. I don't doubt it. You cannot have that huge of an accident and not expect there to be things still around. I once met Farah at a bar that I was applying for a job in West Hollywood. She was so beautiful and talked to me for half an hour. You know what else I heard about Farah? And you can look this up. I'm not the only one. She was klepto. She used to steal stuff. Everyone would just like, you go to people's houses, they expected her to. Total klepto. And you know, I heard that too about Winona Ryder, and then she got busted for shoplifting. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's gossip. I'm not saying it's a fact. That's what I heard. Let's see. What are the other some of the things? So I was going to tell you about some of the things I did this year. Did that. Best movie I saw, Last Night in Soho. Loved Last Night in Soho. Loved Cruella because I'm gay and we had to. I've seen it like 3 times so far. Halloween Kills. Didn't like it. No Time to Die. 2.5 hours of. It was all right, but it could have been 1.5 hours. And I definitely want to see The Kingsman. There's a few movies I want to see. TV wise, I saw Squid Games because I had to jump on that bandwagon. I saw that one, Don't Look Up, really recently. That was pretty good. That was interesting. The Murders in the Building, that one was fun. The Beatles documentary, Get Back, is good. The Cecil Hotel, that was garbage. Lost in Space. Now, Lost in Space, I love that show on Netflix. The first 2 seasons were great. The last season, they just phoned it in. Dr. Smith was totally, they totally just trashed it. It was uninteresting, and it, like, Dr. Smith was not utilized, and Dr. Smith was crazy, and they should have kept Dr. Smith crazy, and they just didn't. And so that was disappointing. Um, let's see. Finally, okay. Ann Meyer, thank you very much. So some of the people that died who I liked: Sally Ann Howes, who played Truly Scrumptious; Michael Nesmith; David Draper from Don't Make Waves, The Muscle Man; Peter Scolari, who was in Bosom Buddies, but also he was Tom Hanks' friend. That Thing You Do. Tommy Kirk, the kid from The Ghost in the Invisible Bikini and The Pajama Party, and Old Yeller, loved him. Norm Macdonald. Ed Asner, Gavin MacLeod, and I think Cloris Leachman all died in 1 year. Marilyn Eastman, Night of the Living Dead; Cicely Tyson; Rusty Warren, Knockers Up; Charles Grodin; George Segal; Ronald DeFeo; Larry Flint; Mary Wilson, Supremes; Christopher Plummer; Hal Holbrook; the Goddess Bunny, who, if you, Goddess Bunny is a character around LA; Larry King; Phil Spector, who is an insane man, but can't discount his. Usually when it comes to certain things, I don't like looking at him. But his music, I'm not gonna lie, I still listen to it. Jerry Marston from Jerry and the Pacemakers; Billy Hayes, Witchy Poo; Olympia Dukakis; Felix Silla, Cousin It; Beverly Cleary; Henry Huggins, Ramona; Jane Withers; Josephine the Plumber, child actress. And I just went to my storage unit the other day to get some things of hers. I needed wig boxes. We have a couple of Jane Withers wig boxes, so I needed them to put the Del Rubio triplets wigs in. And I happened to get this box, and I have this bag of Jane Withers stuff that we got at her estate sale. Jane Withers was just a sweet lady, and she made me cry once, but that was because she was, well, anyway. So we have a Jane Withers. Letters, I guess. She got a ton of stuff with her name on it. This thing, which I guess is a glasses case, says Jane. A notepad with her father's name on it. I had to look up the name, but that's her father's name. And this sort of I think it's for coupons and stuff like that. And what else is in here? Cocktail stirrers and, oh yeah, these are bizarre. Little olive picks. These will go well with my Zsa Zsa Gabor olive picks. And, and my favorite, curlers. Curlers with Jane Withers hair in them. I can clone Jane Withers. I know that there's roots in here. A hair clip with Jane. She loved having her name on there. So Jane Withers lives on in the Dearly Departed tours. I have her mailbox, like her standing mailbox. That's in storage right now, but that'll be on display. Jane Withers was sweet, but she told me that I reminded her of her dead son who died of cancer. And she was in there with little cherub cheeks, and she was really sweet. And then I got really upset, and I got really choked up, and I had to walk away. And then somebody came into my shop a few years later and said they met Jane Withers as well. I said, yeah, she told me that I looked like her dead son. It's like, okay, that was her story. Let's see. Prince Philip, Stuart Damon, Alan Quartermain, John Paragon. We talked about him a little while ago. Ned Beatty, Clarence Williams III from the Mod Squad and Purple Rain. Henry Wolfe, who was one of the Transylvanians from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. He was also the Professor Emeritus of the University of Saskatchewan. Mick Rock, who I talked to, he was a photographer. I talked to him when I was doing my Rocky Horror book. Henry Wolfe was one of the Transylvanians. I spoke to him too. I interviewed him. Siegfried from Siegfried and Roy. I would have loved to have met him. Charlie Watts and Lou Ottens, the inventor of the cassette tape. He died. Jessica Walter, Arrested Development, Difficult People, and Play Misty for me. Difficult People is like one of my favorite shows ever. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, I've got to go back to the comments now, so I apologize. Punch and Judy, Rocky Horror used to go off. And hey, Kevin from Flint, driving from Pontiac to my brother's 63 Chevy, the 80s. Yeah, no kidding. Thelma Todd, interesting, yes. Are you Dot's son? No, I am not. That would be Nick Hahn. Do you watch Mrs. Brown's Boys? You know, I like Mrs. Brown's Boys, but I it's not like something I gotta watch again. I'll put on an episode occasionally, but it's not something that really, you know, I enjoy watching it. It's okay. I liked what's the other one? Well, Father Ted. That's really old, but that was like one of my favorites. Do you think pictures exist when they exhumed the Big Bopper? Yes, I do. I know where they are, but I'm sure they exist. You like the get? Gosh, I hate when these things fly backwards and I have to catch up again. We looked up Miss Old Corey from the 70s. Dot's knocking off his Wi-Fi soon. Did I see the I Love Moosey? Yeah, yes, I did, and it was good. Power of a Dog is pretty good. I'll look at that. Cruella was great, yes. Toolbox Murders, yes. Awful. Awful, awful. Good story, though. Video you did on Art Linklater's daughter was moving. Thank you. I'm glad that you liked it. Wasn't it? Okay, yeah, the ending was pretty crazy with that recording. I'm glad that I'm glad you got that because I meant it to be like that. Jean Harlow. No, you know, I don't have many stories about Harlow. I do have, well, you know, my friends own the house that Paul Byrne killed himself in, but there's no big revelations. I know that there is a lot of people that know a lot about it. I'm not one of those people, but Nightmare Alley. Okay, I'll look at that. Adrienne is a good documentary. Being in Ricardo's. Did I know Kay Ballard? No, she's one of the people I would have loved to have met. Kay Ballard, yeah. Will you do tours in Palm Springs? I doubt it. I don't know it well enough. Why was Dawn Wells single? I don't know. Maybe she didn't want to get married. Maybe she was a lifetime bachelorette. I never met Shelley. Well, actually, I did meet Shelley Winters. Jordan was good friends with her. I did meet her once at the Silver Spoon, a restaurant she used to hang out in. But no, I never got to sit and talk to her. That would have been neat. That would have been neat. Merry Christmas, Buckaroo Brothers. Thank you, man. was the one artifact that you don't have in your collection. I would love to have the door from Cielo Drive, 100%. I know the guy who has it, nice guy. I'm glad he has it, and I'm glad he's taking care of it. But that, I'm not gonna lie, I'd love to have the door from Cielo Drive, and I would love to show that to people. Uh, yeah, the Rolodex, Rock Hudson's phone numbers, JP, that was great. My friend Allison, who has Vintage Los Angeles, she has a couple of crazy Rolodexes. Orson Welles, I think. Oh man, I was going through those and they were crazy when I was staying there. It was cool. And back. It's got cocaine in it. What did Witchy Poo die of? I'm not sure. Heart failure, probably. I heard she had. I heard she was. She had Alzheimer's. That's what I've heard. I think that was the case. Pennyworth. Okay. Kay Beller was hilarious in The Ritz. Haven't seen that. Nightmare Alley. Okay. Well, let's see. What else do I have here to? Oh, you know what else I was going to do? I got a couple of packages here, and I figured while I got it, I would open it in front of you guys to see what was in it. So this one arrived, and actually, I'll be honest with you, I know what this is. So I forgot that somebody had sent me these this cool like opener thing. If I can find it. I forget that I have these things when I do my opening video. So this is, a lot of you guys know that I'm a little bit obsessed with Colonel Sanders. And this is actually something that they were offering. Do I have two of these? Did they give me two of these things? Maybe they did because they were so late. I only got it today and it didn't make it for Christmas. These are Christmas koozies for Kentucky Fried Chicken buckets. So you put the chicken bucket in here, and to keep your hands warm, you put your hands in these. So you can carry Colonel Sanders' bucket like this. And KFC, we had these on, you order a bucket and they'll give you these for free. So I did that in early December. But they sent me two, probably because they sent it late and they knew that people were a little bit annoyed with that. But this other box came in, and it's a mystery to me. It's from my friend Phil, who's one of my Patreon page, sent me this from Britain. And I don't know what's in this. So you'll be seeing it at the same time that I see this. So let's have a look. This could be, I should open it off camera just in case. Troy, I know Troy's cringing right now. Oh my God. I don't know if you're up there, Phil. It's 2 a.m. there, so I'm not sure. Okay. Oh, nice. Paris Match magazine with Sharon on the cover. Wow. This is from August of '69. I wonder if this was printed before she got murdered. It has pictures from her movie. Yeah, no, it is. It does. It's covering the murder. So thank you, Phil. My gosh. Amy Winehouse episode or edition of Mojo magazine. I haven't seen a Mojo in a long time. 10-year anniversary of Amy Winehouse. Very kind of you, Shindig. The Fifth Dimension. Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis Jr. are doing a concert here really soon, and in the area. And I was just thinking about maybe going to see that. These are great. Thank you. Panorama of Sharon Tate again. Thank you very much. Viva Forever. Love the Spice Girls. I wish I would have bought the Spice Girls wallpaper when I saw it. Joyce Grenfell at Home. Nursery School and Joyful Noise. I'm going to have to put this on the turntable and listen to this. But it's a... wonder what this is at home. I'll have to listen to this. I wonder if it's spoken word. Our Shining Star. Sarah Harding. The Shining Star, I'll be honest with you, didn't really shine this far to America. So I'll have to read about her. But thank you for this. Girls Aloud, okay. Yeah, don't know her, but I'm going to definitely read about her. Oh, and Jimmy, look at that. James Dean Anniversary. Jimmy's own scrapbook. This is pretty cool. Love that. Thank you. There's other things in here. My gosh. Phil, thank you. The Mild Murder Wax. Oh, okay. The Mild Murderer, Tom Cullen. Effigy of Crippen and Madame Tussauds. Okay, this is going to be a deep dive. I'm going to need to deep dive into this, but thank you, Grace Kelly. Gosh, there's all kinds of. What's this? Oh, some matchbooks. Best Christmas wishes for you both. You've been great, Phil. Thank you, Phil. What's this? A traitor to hang on your Christmas tree. The one who left the Spice Girls. I love it. I love it. You know, it is funny. I'll be honest with you. When I was, she was doing a talk show appearance, and I was in the green room, and I was really a fanboy. I loved the Spice Girls, and she was smoking, and she left her cigarette butts in the ashtray, so I grabbed them. And so in my museum, I had a Ginger Spice, a Jerry Halliwell doll. This doll, not in a box, like lovely it is, but I had set up so she was holding her own cigarette butts, which I thought was fun. And I think I told the story about her lighting the table on fire when I was at Ian McKellen's birthday party. And matches too, my gosh, look at this. Hollywood Ranch Market, Bill's Ranch Market on San Fernando Road. That's cool. The Brown Derby, I love my matchbooks. These are great, wow. Brown Derby. Cocktails, where's this? Oh, the Crescendo, oh my gosh, that is cool. I've never seen one of these. I had a friend, Cass, who used to be the hostess at the Formosa, used to work as a waitress at the Crescendo. The Hangover. These are great. My Desire. Gene Autry Hotel. These are great. I've never seen these. Albert, The Right Spot on Vine Street in Hollywood. Don't know that one either. The Palladium. These are great. Paramount Italian Kitchen on Vine Street. These are all Central Hollywood too, and I never even heard of some of these. Bijo's. That's not Central Hollywood, that's the Valley. Italian Cuisine, where's this? Bella Napoli. I think this is North Hollywood. Free Photos. Bar of Music. The Pirate's Den. Wow, these are great. Another one I'm going to have to do a deep dive of. Thank you so much, Phil. That's very kind of you. I appreciate it. I love it. No, you've been very, very kind and generous. And I'm gonna go scope. So anyway, back to living here is a trip. I'm enjoying it, and Troy and I are both enjoying it. We have it's interesting being a homeowner for the first time. Very interesting, because it's rent. There's a lot to be said for renting a house. We had our apartment in Hollywood for 16 years. And it's sort of nice just to pay the bills and not worry about upkeep and stuff like that. So now we have, we do our own thing. We have to do updates, and we have to, do the roof and stuff like that. And plumbing. Had to have my hot water heater replaced. And I actually got ripped off about $950 by somebody who they can't track down. So if you're looking to get your water heater replaced in Palm Springs, I would not call David Williams at 760-668-3501, because I don't think he'd do a good job. Stay strong, we need you. Yes. Allison's dad was El Martino. Yes, absolutely. Al Martino. Do you believe John Holmes was guilty on the floor murders? No, I think he was made to be guilty, but I don't. Or they put him on trial and he was acquitted. So no, not that that means anything. 77 Chicago outfit exhumed the remains of Elizabeth Taylor's husband, Michael Todd, just for the gold ring. I've heard that. I've heard that. West Side Story bombing. Yes, I've heard that too. Marilyn McCoo. Steve Chan, Detroit zip code. Bob Hope. Drive by In-N-Out. Oh, hey, Chester. Gosh, no. Don't worry about it, man. Dude, it's good to see you. And thank you. I honestly, no, you whatever. I'm no rush, but that's pretty awesome, your request. And one of these days, Chester promised to send a care package our way, and you're going to flip when you see it. Let's see. Tons of goodies. Scott Michaels says, that's very kind of you. Thank you. Do I have any Paul Walker tree? Yes, I do. Paul Walker tree, tiny bit of the charred tree. If you go to the Dearly Departed Tours website, to the shop link, you'll find souvenirs to die for. I'll try to put it in the bottom of this video too, so you can see it too. Let's see. $27 items. Chester, I'm dying. I don't even want to think about it. My friend Donna, who I watch EastEnders with all the time, she's going to flip. She is going to flip. Flip. I'm going to flip. Are you kidding me? Love everything you do and hope everything is going well for you. Got to know you with Jordan. Wishing lots of success. Marie in Dublin. Hey, Marie. Who do I think killed Elizabeth Short? I can't comment on that one. I don't know. I really don't. And I never met the guy who investigated the William Desmond Taylor murder. I'm going to do a little research on William Desmond Taylor. It's coming up on 100 years. This in 2022. 100 years since his death anniversary. So yeah. Happy New Year, Chester. All right, Karen Brown. Good, thanks. Why would someone look for? What would someone look for when they're looking for Tate memorabilia on eBay in terms of fake objects? Well, if it's real, don't go on eBay. There's collectors. I just don't go on eBay because there's so many shysters, scam artists. I post them on my Facebook page a lot. Scammers just making stuff up. It's stuff that they're selling that say were Sharon Tate's and that were made in the 80s. It's so gross that people make fake memorabilia. And I've been duped once or twice. And now I know better. Just don't. Certificates of authenticity. Someone asked me about that, about the Lucy brick. Does it come with a certificate? It's like, no, not at all. It doesn't come with, you'll have to trust me on that one. 9 times out of 10, I'll have a picture of me with the thing in the place where it actually came from. But, or some sort of provenance. But don't get stuff on eBay unless you know the person. Don't buy autographs unless you see the person signing it. There's so many scam artists on eBay and just so many gross scammers. If you don't see it, if you don't see them signing it, don't buy it. I've been ripped off. Oh God, it kills me. Tim Curry was doing a signing and I gave these guys these 8x10s that when I was doing all my interviews from Rocky Horror, I had like 12 of the Transylvanians sign these things, and 4 of them are dead now. One of them has never done a signing in his life and signed my stuff. And I gave them to a guy and gave him like $300 to get Tim Curry to sign them, and they disappeared. Don't trust anybody. People are scumbags, and it makes me sick that people are playing with other people's emotions, that you love this stuff and you're pure about your thoughts and your love for it, and they take advantage of that, and that sucks. So yeah, check out my Facebook page. I post the links whenever I see those scammers, and follow the links and report them, because they're just awful people, and it's really easy to get duped. Just don't buy an autograph. I can't tell you enough. Don't buy an autograph unless you see them signing it. And don't buy any stuff. I mean, they were selling a Marilyn Monroe pill bottle that looked exactly like the original pill bottle that went for thousands and thousands of dollars at the auction of Marilyn Monroe stuff. And it looked identical. I even showed it to Scott, who is the Marilyn expert. He goes, that's a really good price. don't get it yet. And he went home and he goes, it's a fake. And he sent me the picture of the original one. It's so close, so close. The people know what to do. Their stupid fake certificates of authenticity. Don't. If you see anything with a certificate from Kent Warner, the guy that worked at the studios, saying that he was friends with Sharon Tate or Marilyn, don't buy it. It's all garbage. And I'll get off my. You can tell me I get really angry about it. It really upsets me that people get ripped off on from these people. So yeah, report them. If you see them, report them. Even Sharon Tate's sister can't get these people thrown off the internet saying they have Sharon's silverware and crap like that. Oh, it's just it's infuriating. Uh, let's see. Jack Benny items. I have a brick from his house. I do have that. Let's see. Joan Crawford in your shop. Would love to see something Joan Crawford. I don't think I have anything Joan Crawford. Sean, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Turn this up a tiny bit. Julian's Auctions has Hollywood memorabilia. My impression is they check prominence. Yes, they do. They do check. Julian's does check. Hollywood Heritage Auctions. I've heard mixed things about them, unfortunately, but some stuff you can't fake, and so I like to think that the auction houses make a little bit more of an effort, especially Julian's. Do I have Angie Dickinson's autograph? Yeah, we did actually. When Troy and I met her at an autograph show several years ago. I'm a fan of Lucy's Kids, not especially a fan of Lucille Ball's Kids. Charles Bronson artifacts? No, don't have that. I like Charles Bronson. Is that the Ultimate Evil book behind you? Creepiest book I ever read? I don't know. Oh, the Ultimate Evil, the Manson thing. That whole 2 shelves is all Manson junk. So I'm not sure the Ultimate Evil book. That sounds really familiar. Is that Gacy? But 2 entire shelves of Manson. I just. And now I'm going to start reading Alfred Hitchcock and the 3 Investigators. That's what I'm going to start reading now. So, all right, I'm going to go because it's been over an hour I've been with you guys. So I'm going to take off. I want to thank you guys so much for your support. And really, it means a lot to me. The stuff that you send me, I mean, who cannot love this, The stuff you send me, I appreciate so much. If you want to donate, PayPal link or my Patreon page. If you want to buy anything, that's just as great, and it's on my Dearly Departed page. I'll put a link down here too. Well, actually, there is one already down below here. If you scroll down a little bit, it says available to purchase authentic artifacts, pieces of historic locations. It's there now, so feel free to check that. But I want to say thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope you have a terrific new year, and I hope all good things happen for you. I hope all good things, because they're happening for me. So thank you very much. I will see you in the new year. All right.